with your beautiful bearded host, Zach Walker, Alabama's best no-holds-barred, constitutionally conservative, Christ-centered talk radio. If that don't fire you up, then your wood's wet. Now, it's time for your bearded host, Zach Walker.
Good morning. Welcome into Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. So thankful to be back with you this morning after being gone a couple of days. Thank you for all your well wishes and prayers. My grandmother, Jan Walker, went to be her Lord and Savior Friday evening around 9 o'clock. And so we spent the rest of the weekend and they're with family, and so that we'll talk about that a little bit this morning. But that was an interesting experience. Obviously, very sad, very sad thing. But she was 78, and so lived an incredible life, and is now, like I said, with her Lord and Savior and her husband, and so the one true love of her life. And so Chuck and Jan have been reunited. And her body has been made completely new, and so for that we give thanks. But it doesn't make it any easier, as my father had to let go of his last parent, and so it was a tough go for sure. But thank you for all of your kind words and your thoughts and just everything that you guys have said and just. I felt it, and so I appreciate all that. So let's get the guys in here. I'm sure there's plenty to catch up on. We've got internet trolls we've got to talk about. We've got it's time for my son to play baseball for the first time, and so yesterday we went out and got him all geared up, and we got I got pictures to show you of that. And so we got plenty to talk about, but before we do, let's get everybody in here. We've got Tugboat, we've got Jonah, we've got Marshall, we've got Connor. What's up, fellas?
Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to the Boomer and Beard Show. I'm Jonah Waters, your big, beautiful, bearded co-host. How was that?
How many times? How many times did you practice that?
I just thought about it like 10 seconds ago.
Oh, man, I'm proud. I'm proud. It's off the cuff.
Yeah. Good morning.
That is off the cuff.
Good morning.
Is that loud to anybody else, or my ears just loud? I think my ears are just loud. What's going on, Slim Shady?
Oh, nothing, man. Glad to be back.
Yeah. I was also glad to sleep in, but yes, glad to be back.
Yeah. Friday was pretty awesome.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, Friday morning I didn't get a ton of sleep because we didn't think Thursday afternoon got rough. When I got there, it was really neat. She was still awake enough to know that I was there, and the first thing she said was, "You didn't have to come," and it was like,
and that's how grandmas
yeah,
are.
Yeah,
no, they always thinking about everybody else.
Yeah, no, I was like, "Nah, Grandma, we wasn't gonna miss." I told her, I said, I heard there's a party and I wasn't gonna miss it, and she was able to have that time. And then my father's my dad's sister showed up about an hour after we got there, at which point they started administering more pain medicine to make her more comfortable, and so it was a downhill slide pretty quickly from there. And she had COPD and congestive heart failure, and so it was she smoked for a long time, and so there was it wasn't a surprise that it happened. It just didn't. Like, she had just moved in with my parents, and so we were expecting another year or so, and that's kind of what everybody was thinking, doctors and everything. So it was kind of out of nowhere for sure, but it was the first time I've ever watched someone take their last breath, which was a very interesting experience.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's something about it. It's very peaceful, but it's also terrible, like all at the same time. Like I don't know. I was thankful that my dad. It was very hard for my dad, obviously, but I was thankful that we had those 2 or 3 days to like just sit there, and on Friday when it was touch and go, like I just sat on the floor in a room for like 4 hours. Like we just sat there, quietly, just spending time, and it was there was something incredibly peaceful about that, and then, the COPD and the gurgle that starts happening. Like it,
Yeah.
it gets a little rough there at the end, and you're
Yeah.
just like, come on, Lord, let's
get this wrapped up.
let's bring this party to its conclusion. But no, so that was it was definitely glad I was there for my dad, and so glad to be back. But appreciate, like I said, all the kind words that you guys have. Well, for most of you, there's some trolls out there, and I've got something to say to you today. Trust me.
Let me say something about your dad, though. You know, my parents split up when I was 5, and my dad fought to get custody of me and my brother because we was boys. He just wanted to raise his boys. But when I was 13 years old on Thanksgiving night, we got the phone call my mother had died in a house fire. And so I was young, but back to my dad, you know, he was really, really close to his mother also, and she died back in 2011, and you know, I don't really feel like he's still got over it. And so it's, you know, there's nothing more precious than a grandmother or an old mother. And so, you know, I hate that, but, you know, at least she's not suffering no more. And so I'm glad y'all are all past that. And I wish your father well.
We'll bury, like, because of the way that like my grandfather was a veteran. And so he'll be, and he was a Shriner. And so he was a clown on a pit bike. They did dirt bikes and they did a lot of really cool stuff for children and young kids that were struggling with cancer and all that other stuff. And so he is buried in a veteran cemetery in Springfield, Missouri. And so because of the veterans cemetery rules, like you got to have a death certificate before, even though Pops laid all the groundwork for Grandma to join him when she went in, like there's still some, like, you know how military is, it's hurry up and wait all the time. And so we're not going to be able to bury her until the 9th. So I'll be headed back to this time Springfield, Missouri, on Friday the 9th. So you guys can go ahead and put that on your calendar. Friday the 9th will be
April.
April the 9th. Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. So it's like they had her cremated because that's what she wanted, and so that process was going to take a week.
Goodness.
I'm like, well, you need to turn the fire up.
Yeah, I hate that for your mom and dad also, just because of the waiting, you know.
You just got that over, didn't you? Yeah, that was a good one. No, I don't think that it, you know, and I hear what you're saying, but I really don't think. I think it's not so much waiting for dad. I think it's gonna suck, but I think it. I mean, he got to sit there. He was very thankful. He got to spend. See, when my pops got cancer, my dad literally basically spent an entire year, the last year of his life, more or less living with his mother and dad, like his mother and father again. Like he went to Missouri every month for 2 and 3 weeks out of the month, and was able to spend almost a whole year with his dad as he was dying. And so he's gotten to spend a ton of time, and he felt there was certainly an emptiness. In fact, one of the things he said was, you know, this is the last anchor kind of in my life. I mean, he lost his father and then now his mother, and so it's certainly painful, but at the same time, I think it also gives us time to process. You know, when you go straight from death to the burial, like it's almost like and you blink and the whole experience is over with, and you didn't have time to process it. You didn't have time to do any of that. So hopefully there's some time in this to kind of process through it all, and then have yourself ready to, you know that, because a lot of times that burial sneaks up on you right after somebody passes away, and before you know it, you're putting them in the ground. It's gone.
Yeah, and it's all like a fog, and it just goes by, and you don't really.
It is in a flash. It's all over with, and then it's like, wait a minute, what happened? So hopefully the time will be, and they knew that this would happen. So I mean, like I said, we knew we were in the last year, but we didn't know we were in the last week by any stretch. It was a heck of a surprise. She had just come out of a rehab. She had a wound care thing she had to go do because she was getting into my dad's truck and busted her shins wide open on the stepping rail, whatever it's called. What are those things called?
Step bars.
Yeah, there it is, step bars. But anyways, enough about that. Glad we're back with you guys this morning. We'll go to break. When we come back, we'll dive into some of the news of the day. We'll check in with old Tugboat, see what he's been up to. Check in with Connor, see what these clowns have been up to while I've been gone. Probably nothing in good. There's no doubt about that.
I bet he's been tugging bits.
I bet it. Whoa. Careful what he's tugging there. He's been tugging on boats. We'll be right back.
And even our old farm co-host.
Boomer and the beard. Boomer and the beard.
Probably been doing that too. Didn't he go
All right,
get his girlfriend?
I got music back. But
Boomer and the Beard.
Are you tired? You suffer from chronic fatigue, neuropathy, or joint pain? Call Madison Integrative Medicine. Our amazing staff will provide an individualized patient experience focused on your overall health. Treat the cause, not just the problem. Utilizing both traditional and natural medicine. Don't let the symptoms become overwhelming. Treat them preventatively with Madison Integrative Medicine on Slaughter Road in Madison. Call 256-325-0955. That's 325-0955.
Karen's a quilter.
Karen's Quality Quilts. Quality custom quilts quickly.
How's the quilting business, Karen?
Kinda quiet. My quest to quadruple my quilting sales has created a quagmire.
Can I be candid, Karen?
Okay.
You need a website that can encompass the quality of your quilts.
I know quilts, but I know no computers. They're confusing.
But there are people who know coding like you know quilting.
Who's that?
I'm glad you asked. WebUnderdog creates websites that don't just catch the eye, they catch customers. And they're as user-friendly for you as they are for your clients. We build high-quality, clean, well-coded, custom designs for organizations of all sizes that are affordable, professional, and specially made for your brand and visitors. Outside of responsive web design, WebUnderdog also offers search engine optimization, website management, and so much more. Give your business the professional touch and contact WebUnderdog for a free web design quote. Call 256-998-0667. That's 998-0667 and online at webunderdog.com. WebUnderdog, your local web design and SEO agency.
Why are you staring at me?
I know what you did.
What?
You know what
He's a
you
retired
did.
member.
What are you talking about?
The cookie dough. You've been all up in the cookie dough. My cookie dough.
Okay, see, look, what had happened was
Get
your own dough, yo.
Put the padlock
Cookie
on
Dough
it.
Magic, now open in Huntsville. 12 delicious flavors in a cone, cup, milkshake, and more. Cookie Dough Magic, now open on Jefferson Street North in downtown Huntsville. And check us out online at mycookiedoughmagic.com.
I'm going to tweet that.
News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
come on. I don't know. I don't know what that I'm in. Gotta love some Need to Breathe. Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. So glad to have you with us this morning. As in each and every morning, this is your favorite, the best, the smartest show in morning radio, and we're so thankful to have you back. Trust me, we missed you as much as you missed us. There's no doubt about that. I'm not going to harp on this every segment, but thank you so much for all your kind words and well wishes as we were, usually you'd say as we buried our loved one, but that won't happen for another 2 weeks. So as Grandma went to be with her Lord, just continue to pray for my father and his sister and Connor, which is my cousin. Connor was raised by Grandma, and so we just, Connor and Patrick, the whole family, they lost the last anchor of their family, as my dad would say. And she was an incredible lady, and so we certainly, I got to hear some incredible stories, and in fact, I'm going to share one because I felt like this was so. If you're married, you'll totally get this. So Jan Walker, my grandmother, and then Pops, his name was Chuck, and when he died, he had a six-pack. That's no lie. The dude was, I think I've told you about, he had to ride a gold wing because he was too short to bat, so he had to have reverse, right?
We talked about that.
Yeah, so I mean, this dude was, he was a veteran. They packed everything up, moved to Indonesia. And with Bell helicopters back when Indonesia wasn't a safe place to be, and he was a Shriner, he was a motorcycle, he was an avid bowler. Like, dude he was a certified bad A. Like, he was as tough as they get. I mean, he
had grit.
Yeah. Oh gosh, full of it. Anyways, so and apparently I was there for this story. I was young, so I don't remember it. But I was standing there. Like, we were at their house. And so grandma, like, the food's out, Pops goes over and makes her a plate and, like, brings it over and hands it to her. And she looks up at him and she goes, "Oh, hell no," and started pushing it off in the trash can. Like, literally took the entire plate, pushed it off in the trash can, and then walked back over and made her own plate. And it was like, my mom was like, she was like, secretly, I was like, "You tell him, girl, get him," because you know how that went. Like, he had been a turd all day. Like, in the privacy of their bedroom or something, they were in it. I mean, they was right in the middle of it. And then all the people show up, all the family shows up, and he decides he's going to go over and serve his wife.
I'm going to be sweet.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to be sweet to my wife. And he got her a plate, and she just said, "Oh, hell no," and pushed every bit of that food off in the trash can and then made her own plate. Like, she wasn't having it. No, she was a special lady for sure. So we, thank you again for allowing me to go. And man, my phone didn't blow up, and it was just a tremendous amount of respect, and just, I appreciate it more than you guys know, to be able to be there for my dad. That's really what it was about from my perspective. I loved Grandma. Don't get me wrong. I mean, she was, like I said, a wonderful lady, but it was more about being there for my pops than anything else. So I appreciate that. Let's move into Let's get into it, man. As we got a weekend update to get into, but before we do, Tugboat, I got a question.
What's up?
Did old Mullet move in?
No, she's not moving in until the next couple weeks.
I thought she was moving in this weekend.
I was moving in her stuff.
Wait a minute. So you moved in the Mullet stuff, but the Mullet itself is not in the building.
Yeah.
I feel like this keeps pushing back.
Yeah, I feel like there's some relationship trouble.
Like my newest record, Pushback Records.
Nah, it's been the plan the whole time.
Oh.
Do we have a relationship? Is there trouble on the horizon?
A little rift.
Did she go back and listen to the show where you told me you didn't have a girlfriend?
No.
So she has not yet gone back and listened to the show when you said you didn't have a girlfriend. So just to clarify, she didn't hear you say that you didn't have a girlfriend? Okay, I just want to make sure.
We're clear on that.
Okay, got it. Well, so you're saying we are clear. She did not listen to the show when he said he didn't have a girlfriend.
Yes.
No, it was just a momentary lapse, because very quickly he goes, "Wait a minute, yes I do." But he had to think about it for a second.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just wanted to make sure that the Mullet had landed, but the Mullet, indeed, the Mullet has not left the building. So, Producer Connor, how are things in your world, my friend?
Doing quite well.
See, if I wait till the second or third segment, I get 3 words instead of 1.
Yeah, I think we got Connor figured out finally.
Yeah. That doesn't matter, because I'll still ask him in the first segment sometimes, like an idiot. It's like I know what's coming, and I'll pitch it over there to him, and it's like playing slow pitch softball. And every time he just that's not as loud as I wanted that to be.
Yeah, you have to work on that.
There it is. Nope. Anyways, sorry. That's you like that, Connor?
he said, "Keep trying."
He said, "Do it again." Hey, one more time. Dang it, that was quiet. I gotta. That one didn't even sound good. Somebody else
should probably have it on your little thing.
Oh, there it is. All right, so here we go. I pitch it over like a slow pitch softball, and there it goes. That's what I'm talking about. That's a lot better. I wonder if I can do that.
There you go. Look, you didn't learn something. Now you don't go home and play with yourself all day.
I don't think that came across the way it was intended.
Well,
you're going to go home and play with your mouth all day. Well, that's not any better.
I didn't want to say that either.
can't.
I kind of thought about that halfway through, and I just took the lesser route. You know?
Well, that's one of those things where as it's coming out of your mouth, you're like, wait, come back. Oh, there it
Too
goes.
late.
Too late. There you go.
Oh, did you have a hot date this weekend, Connor?
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you do?
We went to see the girls' soccer game that the high school played over in Hartsville.
Turn up.
Stay lit, folk.
That's right.
Fam, stay lit. Fam, I think fam was what I meant. I said folk.
Yeah.
And then,
Stay lit, folk.
and then they went and had Chinese, and he brought his own fortune cookies.
His own what?
Fortune cookies.
You said fortune cookies. I was like, what's a fortune cookie? I've never had one. Well, maybe I have. What? So the soccer. So I probably wouldn't qualify that as a hot date, but definitely like quality time. Sure. When I say hot date, that's probably not the right term all the time because very rarely do you actually have like a hot date. You have a lot of dates, but like what classifies as a hot? I mean, you got to get dressed up, right? Like that would make it a hot date. I guess.
Yeah,
I guess if your
answer.
I guess if your date's hot, then it's always a hot date.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Sometimes I gotta talk through things.
Okay.
You know, I just gotta process through them and understand what it is I'm actually saying. Which is why I oftentimes put my foot completely in my mouth because you don't think through what you're saying and you just say it and then you realize, wow, that was dumb.
No filter.
That's what we've been doing this whole second segment, right?
Just back and forth. Just literally munching on toes. I got my whole foot in my mouth. No, you know, the thing about the filter is like I've always wanted one, but it's something I just don't have.
You weren't born with it.
No, like it. There's just not enough. Like my brain's so big, right? That there's just not enough room in my head for a filter to fit in between the brain and the mouth. I think that's what it is.
I'm doing better though in my personal life, because being on this show the last 2 months or almost 2 months, watching myself, and then I feel like I carry that on into the rest of my day. So I'm doing a little bit better. I mean, I just
sorry, I hit the wrong button.
But I have.
I'm talking about I just muted him right in the middle of his talking.
Sure did.
I'm talking about just shut him down while he's talking. Shut up! Shut up! I'm tired of you.
But
I'm just kidding.
I've been in a
that
shop.
Was an accident.
I've been in a shop environment my whole life, so it's easy to have shop talk.
Little locker room chat.
Little locker room talk, like Trump said. So.
Yeah. Well, that's why we vote. I mean, you know what? Biden's going to raise our tax rates and ruin this country, but at least he's not mean on Twitter.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
You know what? At least he's a nice guy.
Oh yeah. Come on, everybody.
At least he's a nice guy. I mean, can we? I mean, oh my gosh! I stopped and got gas in Texas.
$85.
Oh gosh! It was $80 for my wife's car.
Yep.
That wasn't my truck. That was for the Suburban. Is right.
Yeah,
it hurts.
I stopped at the Mapco to fill up my.
How'd that feel?
It didn't feel too good. It shuts off at $75 if you use your card.
I can't stand that.
So
let me fill my dang truck. I'm trying to fill my truck up, and it ain't going to do it with $75.
Yep.
Let me get some freaking. You want my money or not?
Yep.
I don't know why they do that, man.
I know. I get gas at Mapco also, and I've started telling myself I got 2 trucks with big tanks, and I'm like, I can't let these juggers go empty because I ain't getting a full tank.
No, especially I got a 35-gallon tank.
Especially now.
Yeah, and I'm not fixing to do 2 transactions.
No.
I'm already tired of being
off,
there.
That's it. We're done.
That's it. Hey, sometimes I'll just hit it for 20 because I'm in a hurry.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll just put 20 in there and move on. People probably think I'm a broke D, and I'm like, no, I'm just in a hurry. Like it's just like if I get 20, I can get where I'm going and back.
But what's
20
sad,
it is.
You know, all this, it feels familiar though. You know, it feels like we had a 4-year break and now we're back to the same old. And I mean, it's no surprise. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, I remember this.
Yeah, well, it's
like going back with your ex. You know, it's a bad idea.
But she's hot though.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Not,
no. This is what happens. She looked good on Instagram. Like you broke up for a reason because she was crazy. Like she was like certifiable crazy.
Papers.
Yes, but then she wore that dress you like. She put that joker on Instagram, and there's a bunch of dudes on there, you know, giving her the old
trying to holler at her.
And you're like, no, girl, come on back home. And the minute you say it, you're like, oh no, I know this is a bad idea. But dang, she looked good. And then the minute she walks in the house, you're like, oh, Lord, what have I done? And you know it, but you can't get out of it at that point because you've brought back the crazy into the house. And then she's got her hooks in you because she looked good. You know how it is. It always looks good until it gets there. And then it's like, oh, Lord, what have I done? And you can't get rid of it at that point. You're stuck.
Like when you order delivery and then they shake your food all
Yeah,
over.
that's
and then
right.
You think it's going to be great and you open it up.
You
and you're
ordered
like,
your favorite
wow,
food.
What a hot mess.
Oh, your favorite food. And you're like, you spend 30 minutes waiting for Grubhub to show up and you're so pumped. You pay the man and then you open up your food and somebody took a deuce on your pizza or something. Like, that's how it feels.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. It feels like somebody deuced on my pizza.
Wow, that's horrible.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's probably not what I was going for.
If Trump
It worked.
Illustration
It worked,
wise,
though.
but I think it accomplished the point. You're listening to Boomer and the Beard, and we'll be right back.
And even our old foreign co-host.
Boomer and the Beard. Boomer and the Beard.
Boomer and the Beard. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
More states are removing restrictions on COVID vaccinations. As of now, adult residents of Mississippi are eligible for the shot, the state the second behind Alaska to remove restrictions. Connecticut and Michigan are planning to do the same in less than 2 weeks. President Biden traveling to Chester, Pennsylvania today to sell the benefits of his $1.9 trillion rescue package. The U.S. struggling to shelter the surge of migrant children at the southern border.
A record 4,200 unaccompanied migrant children are now in custody, overwhelming U.S. border authorities and facilities. The Biden administration now preparing the Dallas Convention Center to house migrant teenagers. The White House refuses to call the surge a crisis, calling it a, quote, big problem, and blaming the Trump administration.
ABC's Andrew Dimbert in Washington. President Biden's secretaries of state and defense making their overseas debut with a 4-day trip to Japan and Korea for high-level meetings. Today, the pair met with Japan's prime minister. I'm Dave Packer, ABC News.
You go as hard as you can. And then a little harder.
And it was like I stepped funny, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I could barely walk on.
Okay, let's take a look.
At Lang Chiropractic, we'll help your sports performance and your overall health by improving your range of motion, flexibility, relieving inflammation, and so much more. Focusing to improve your health and wellness in all areas of your life. Whether you're having trouble with back pain, neck pain, or just want to start feeling better when you wake up in the morning, Dr. David Lang is focused on a whole person approach, finding those underlying causes and creating a personalized plan for your individual needs. Schedule your visit by calling 256-444-1600. That's 444-1600. At Lang Chiropractic on Highway 72 East in Athens in the Publix Shopping Center. Visit us online at langchiropracticcenter.com. Lang Chiropractic. We've got your back. Come see us today.
Where is your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular sport clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN.
This is Zayden, and you're listening to the Boomer and the Beard. And my dad's weird.
Inside, come to the mountain and you can justify. I've been on a need to breathe kick, man. Come on. You can't tell me they can't. They can do it though, baby. Here we go. Come on.
Let it out.
You. Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I'm Zach Walker, your big, beautiful, bearded host. We are live from the Chick-fil-A of Decatur Studios right here in good old Athens, Alabama. Not that that's confusing to anybody. For those of you that are asking on the gram and on the book and the book to you, the YouTube and the Faceagram and the Instabook and all them things, why did we get replays for the last 2 days? My grandmother passed away on Friday, and we were out of town. I was out of town, so I appreciate your kindness and all of that, but that is why you've had replays. We are excited to be back with you, and we're excited to be able to tell you about Cookie Dough Magic. We are going to postpone the Bearded Birthday Bash for 1 week just because I lost 4 days that I didn't plan on losing, and so we will push that back by 1 week, and so that will be the 27th. And you can come say farewell to Connor. You can come say hello to the guys, whatever you got to do. But we will be at Cookie Dough. I guess I should probably check with the guys when I change the date and not ask them and then tell you they're going to be there. So they may be there. But the 27th, I will certainly be there. And you can come by Cookie Dough Magic. You can get a shake or some Java chip or some birthday cake or some Nutella or whatever. Is it Nutella? It is Nutella. Did I get that right? I got that right. Nutella. I thought it was Nutella, but that's I got corrected on that. But anyways, so Cookie Dough Magic, Jefferson Street, downtown Huntsville. You can stop in and see Hayden and the mullet while you're there. Hey, Tugboat, does it offend you that I'm calling your girlfriend the mullet?
I mean, she doesn't have a mullet anymore.
No, but she did.
No, it doesn't
she
offend
did.
me.
It's the first woman I've ever known to have a mullet, so it's a good. I mean, I would say it's a compliment.
You didn't grow up in the 80s.
I was born in '87.
Yeah.
So I guess technically I'm a '90s kid.
I've seen a lot of women with mullets.
Really?
My bus driver
was that
had
a thing?
a mullet.
His bus driver had a mullet. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to school with a couple of girls that had mullets with some racing stripes.
That's right.
No, you didn't.
Oh yeah, it was
female mullet with racing stripes. Tugboat, did mullet have racing stripes?
Nah, she didn't.
Yep,
she's not committed.
That was around that.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that short, but it was definitely a mullet.
I see. I
It's
guess
more
that
like a Joe Dirt kind of mullet thing.
That's even better.
That'd be
man.
Joe Dirte.
Yeah.
That'd be old Joe Dirte.
You're my sister.
All right, so let's talk about trolls for a minute. I want to knock this out because I put up with a lot on Facebook. I really do. In fact, I've gotten to a point where I just stop messing with people.
People calling you fat or what?
Oh no, it ain't never about being fat. No, that wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. That's called truth. You can't be mad at truth. If someone's like, "You've got a beard," I'm gonna be like, "You're right, I do."
Yeah,
like, what are you talking about? Of course.
I give up.
Somebody's like, "You're a jerk." Like, okay, fine, I can live with that because there are days that I'm the jerk. If you said you eat too fast, okay, great. I know that's what I do. I eat fast, but a lot of these people, like, there's a particular set of trolls right now that have been after Dale Jackson and me for a long time. And
about
now,
what?
And so I'm an admin on the Dale Jackson Facebook page because I was helping him do some stuff. So I get to see everything that happens on that page and everything that happens on our page. And I've been really thankful for that because I've gotten to see a lot of crazy, a lot of stupid. And there are these two individuals. I'm not going to call them out by name, although I would love to. Oh, I would love to. Let me think about that. I might. It's constant. It's constant. One of them is absolutely vulgar, and so his comments get deleted because I'm not going to let vulgarity run the day. This is not going to happen. If you can come say anything you want to on my post, as long as you do it respectfully. Or let me back up. Doesn't even have to be respectful. Just do it without a potty mouth, right? Like, if you want to pick up the phone and call me and cuss me out, feel free. And I'll drop a pin on a map and I'll send it to you, and I'll say, "Here's where I'm at, tough guy. If you want to get off behind that keyboard, here's my location. I'm going to drop a pin on a map. I'm not going anywhere. If you want to come talk to me, here's where I'm at." And I'll text it to you anytime. Anytime, right here.
I'm going to bust your biscuits.
That's right. Right here. I'll butter them first.
You've ever said anything.
I'll butter them first, and I'm going to bust them. So I am happy to have any conversation with anybody, man-to-man, face-to-face, on the phone, whatever. But you no good, coward, keyboard-loving I can't even finish that sentence without. I'd say I'm about to break my own vulgarity rules.
Do it.
No, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Cuss, Zach.
So last night,
man. Nobody cares.
Last night, I got a comment.
What did it say?
I'll read it to you. And what's funny is this one shouldn't have been the one that busted sent it over the edge, but it did. So did you guys give up on your daily live stream or something? If so, why? Dale Jackson did too for some reason. Oh, well. Like, this guy constantly will be like, your AM signal is off. Since when did you – I bet you're not getting your money back because I know you're paying for that time because you're not an employee of WVNN and Dale Jackson's and it's like, bro, do you not have something to do? Like
he's
an engineer.
He's quality control.
No, he's troll control. Okay, and so I lost my ever loving mind yesterday.
Did you?
And it was like the most vanilla thing he's probably ever said.
Right.
And it just set me off.
Did you cuss?
No, I didn't cuss. I said, no, I had a death in the family. We've been down for 2 days. I hope that one day the very center of my life can be the petty nonsense that you constantly harangue myself and Dale Jackson about. Truly, I'd love to see my life be so simple that I could make the very mission of my life sitting behind a keyboard like a coward, constantly making points that nobody cares about while showing everyone how meaningless the daily happenings of my life are. I hope that you can find purpose and meaning that actually bring value to life. Also, I had a second comment because I wasn't done. I didn't mean to use such large words. Harangue means to, quote, lecture in an aggressive or critical manner, unquote, just to make sure you understand what I mean. You ought to find a hobby or a woman or both. Good luck, my friend. Like, I was just pissed.
Well, even though you explained it, he doesn't get it.
Well, he made another comment. But, hey, and then check this out. Then he asked the same question all over again.
So anyway, why was y'all?
And he goes.
Nice comment, bro. But why
he goes, I'm sorry for the loss in your family, and the big words joke insult is so old. Bob Newhart was doing it decades ago. Time for new material. I've got an idea. Time for you to get out from behind your computer and stop being a beep.
Did you borrow that word from Connor?
No, actually, I said that. My wife goes, what does harangue mean?
I know. I'm glad you clarified it because I was about to ask that.
Is that not a pretty normal word?
I've never heard that word before.
I thought it was
Connor.
Harangued. To be harangued.
Did you teach him that last year?
No. I actually have a big vocabulary. I just choose not to use it on most days. That's a pretty normal word. That's not like a special word, is it?
It's not one you hear every day, but...
Well, I'm going to start haranguing you over it.
I'm not against words that we ain't never heard before bringing them back because sometimes we're just phasing things out because we're dumbing down our vocabulary.
Oh, no, that's every day. Can I give you some advice? And let me tell you about this other troll, this vulgar troll. So finally I got tired of him. I went and looked him up and tracked his Facebook trail down. Let me tell you something. This guy's something. He's got a YouTube show.
Oh, yeah? He's
got a YouTube show, and he is an absolute flame-tard lib. Like, I'm talking about hardcore. Like, if QAnon is to the – like, he's Alex Jones of the left.
Oh.
And it is something special. And so it's like, oh, it makes sense. You see actual quality programming, and you're like, I want to be those guys. I wish I could be on the radio. Like, what do I have to do? I've got, 3 people that watch my YouTube show. And it's like, I watched 30 seconds of it, and it's like, good God. Like, Tiger King did a better TV show. Like, Joe Exotic had a better television program than this idiot.
Some people
and Joe Exotic had 3 husbands.
Yeah,
so
he just needs attention. That's what it is.
If you're a keyboard warrior, let me back up. If you've never been in a fist fight, you should stay off of the Facebook altogether. We should have a rule. No Facebook fighting if you've never been punched in the mouth. Because if you've not been punched in the mouth, you don't have that healthy respect of other men. Because there's a point where if I say something to you, we're friends. But if I cross a line, you're going to punch me in my mouth.
It's going to hurt, too.
It is. And one of two things is going to happen. I'm going to fall over and be out, or I'm going to punch back. But that's how That's how men do it. Now, is that right? Not necessarily. Should we raise our hands to one another? Not necessarily. But if you talk about my mama or my wife, I'm going to hit you. Period. I am. And so if you've never been punched in the mouth, you need to stay your happy ass off of Facebook fighting. Get out from behind your keyboard and come say something to somebody's face. And look, I'm not trying to fight somebody. This is not look. God radically transformed my life 7 years ago, and I'm thankful for that. And I've not been in a fist fight in a long time, but I used to do it for fun. And you know what that gave me? A healthy respect and a healthy fear for another man's boundaries. Because if I say something that crosses your boundary, you're going to punch me in my mouth. And so that's going to stop me. That's going to prohibit me from crossing certain lines that other people clearly don't know. They don't know those boundaries. You know why? They've never been punched in the mouth. I'd like to volunteer as that guy that will help you overcome that. If you've never been punched in the mouth and you're like, you know what, I think I'd like to be punched in the mouth, I volunteer. I'd be happy to help you with that. I'll help you overcome that. I'll give you your first.
I don't think people fight no more.
No, they don't, because because when they get in a fight, somebody brings a knife or a gun back. I mean, back in the day, we used to just square up, finish it up, and go to the house, win or loser. I've won and lost. I've had my tail whooped, and I've whooped some tail.
You know what Mike Tyson said?
I do. We'll be right back. Everybody has a plan to get punched in the mouth.
Boomer and the Beard.
What's better than pizza? That's right, nothing. Well, maybe except for the many ways you can eat it. I like thinner crust. Oh, and with a side of ranch.
I'll take mine with a pretty crazy assortment of toppings. Thousands. With a side of wings. Hot ones.
Pizza. It's a beautiful thing and found all over the world. But for your slice of the pie here locally, you want to try Donato's Pizza in Madison. Enjoy our famous pizzas loaded with edge-to-edge toppings, 100 slices of pepperoni, the family recipe sausage, fresh hand-cut veggies, and premium cheeses like our aged smoked provolone. You'll notice the Donato's difference. But why stop there? We also offer subs, calzones, wings, and desserts. Don't keep eating those same old leftovers. Make tonight a Donato's night with Donato's Pizza on Madison Boulevard in Madison. Call 256-772-6789. That's 772-6789. And online at Donatos.com. Donato's Pizza, where every piece is important.
As you know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of their life. He didn't stop at the MyPillow. Let me tell you something. I just got my Giza Dream bed sheets, and they are unbelievable. Mike found this cotton called Giza cotton. It's incredibly soft, super breathable, extremely durable, 60-day money back. That same money back guarantee, that same 10-year warranty that you have on that MyPillow you love so much. The first night you sleep on the Giza sheets, you will never want anything else. Let me tell you something. My son, he's 4. He knows the difference. He knows the difference. He said, Daddy, where are those soft sheets that Mr. Mikey sent me? I said, don't worry, kid, I got you. Pulled them out of the dryer, put them on there. Listen, you right now have a special offer. You will receive 2 for 1 low price and free shipping on the Giza Dream Sheets if you call 1-800-889-7318 or go to mypillow.com/radio specials. Use the promo code BEARD. Again, mypillow.com, radio specials, promo code BEARD.
When people walk through our doors, they all see something different.
A tree house.
Our dream home.
Our cabin in the woods.
A new golf course community.
When you have every conceivable building material imaginable in place, the possibilities are limitless.
Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop. Let us bring your home improvement project to life. The best products and name brands in residential and commercial building supplies. From lumber to Benjamin Moore paints, DeWalt tools, custom millwork, doors, and more. Looking for something specific? Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is here to make sure you find the products you need to complete your home projects. Pay a visit today to Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop on Clinton Street in Athens and online at PurcellLumberandMillShop.com. Or for questions, give us a call at 256-232-6320. Purcell Lumber and Mill Shop in Athens, where builders, remodelers, and home improvement specialists come to shop.
Where is your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular sport clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. Depend on it.
Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I'm Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. So glad that you've chosen to join us this morning live from the Chick-fil-A Decatur studio. We are, we're fired up and ready to go. We've been down for the last 2 days as I traveled to be with my family, but we are back and we're excited to be here. Make sure you have been to boomerandbeard.com. That's boomerandbeard. Spell out the word and.com. Go by, check it out, download the podcast. Make sure you're a podcast subscriber. That is our number one focus right now, is pushing you to the podcast. So make sure that you have done so. Okay, in the world, well, I don't know how to say this, boys. The world's gone crazy. In the world of crazy nonsense politics, we got a headline out here that absolutely has blown my ever-loving mind, folks. Are you ready for it?
Yep.
Let's get it.
Oh, hold on. Are you ready for it?
Sure.
Oh,
now we are.
Now we are.
Now we are. Now that you took our restraints off.
Yeah. Well, once I learned that we might have been live in a commercial break, I decided it'd be best to mute your microphone during the break.
Well, you're not wrong.
I know. Marvel
I can't even be mad at you.
Comics to introduce a gay Captain America.
What's he gonna do? Save rainbows? Maybe you should mute my mic now. Go ahead.
The gay teen Captain America will defend runaways and homeless people. I thought that was Spider-Man's job.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have two Captain Americas, is what you're saying, or are we just transitioning the?
I'm not sure, and I'm trying to be cautious here.
I just don't get it. Like,
oh wow, look at him. He sure looks gay. Good Lord.
Is that his foot back there?
Yeah.
I mean,
Connor, can you pull up the image? I'm sure it won't be hard to Google. It says a new queer shield bearer in the United States of Captain America. Meet Aaron Fisher, the Captain America of the railways. What? 866-494-9866. 866-494-WVNN. Hayden's there. He's watching the phones like a hawk. I want your thoughts on the gay Captain America. First of all, why couldn't we have I don't know, like Ant-Man seems a little gay, right? Like why do we got to go after Captain America? Yeah, of all the superheroes, what if Hawkeye, maybe that was the one, because that's kind of a weird name. But why we got to go after Captain America of all the people? Of all the superheroes, why are we going to take the one that, I'll tell you why. Hey, it's not like it's not intentional, folks.
Oh no, this is all deliberate.
They're attacking America.
Like, did y'all see the Cardi B and what's her name performance at the Grammys?
Was that, I thought there was porn on the TV.
I did too. And this is the Grammys, so that would have been on like ABC
I thought I was watching some skin flicks.
It was on ABC, CBS, NBC top free airwaves, but they were canceling Pepe Le Pew and
she sat on her face.
They was.
Yeah,
what?
I
mean, there was.
I didn't see it.
It was
raunchy.
You do not want your wife to see that.
No, good Lord, it was awful.
But we're pushing this, but we're canceling.
Like it went past softcore porn.
Yeah, it was.
It was full blown. Like they might as well, if the clothes would have come off, they could have very easily been I mean, it was unbelievable.
And they pushed that. But, I mean, and it's funny how they keep pushing things like this, and their ratings was half of what it was last year.
The
when it was
NBA All-Star
down.
game, by the way, lowest in history. Lowest in history. People are tired of it, but that's neither here nor there.
They're trying to ruin it.
Companies, don't worry about us.
They're trying to ruin everything.
We're a bunch of backwoods, redneck, no good, no common sense, having backwoods, sister-loving idiots. Now, when your bottom line gets to the point where you can no longer sustain your business, you're going to remember us no good, backwood, redneck, bigoted, whatever. You're going to remember us. Trust me. Go and ask Cracker Barrel about it. Mm-hmm. Go and ask them. Go and ask them what happened when they pulled Duck Dynasty out of the country store.
Yeah.
Go ahead and ask them. It didn't take them a week. Because rednecks everywhere said, I ain't getting my biscuits there.
Yep.
I'm going to get my jam, jelly, and preserves from somewhere else.
And they're segregating us, and I don't mean black and white. I mean like
they're separate.
Christians and this whole woke liberal crowd. And so all the Christians are not going to – I mean, it's the Christians that's not watching all this stuff now. But they don't have to push all this on us. And we can go back to our old cartoons and our old shows and watch them on DVD or whatever. I'm cool with that.
Gay Captain America.
I got my box set of Sanford and Son and Dukes of Hazzard at the house. I'm good.
Dukes of Hazzard, you're a racist. 866-494-9866. 866-494 WVNN. We got a gay Captain America of the railway. Well, I don't understand what they mean to the railway. Connor, did you find that image? Go ahead.
Yeah. Incidentally, I typed in. I wasn't really thinking. I typed in "gay Captain America" into Google and hit enter.
Oh, gosh.
And then hit images.
Wow.
Not a good decision.
Wow. Wow.
Connor,
wow.
You're not even 18 yet, son.
That was the first time. Just think about the first time I tried to Google Dick's Sporting Goods and I didn't think through that one all the way. Yeah. From now on, I had to start calling it Richards. I couldn't because I was so scarred from my experience. My wife would be like, "Hey, babe, we got to run over to the store. Where are we going? Richards? What?" Sorry, I forgot. I once typed Dick's into Google, and it scarred me for life. No, you've got to be careful what you type into that. That Google bar that's a dangerous. Hey, that's like a time travel portal thing. Like I'm talking about, it's like the quantum realm. You can't sometimes you can't come back. I mean, you type the wrong thing in there, hit enter, it'll change your life.
Oh yeah. They do that on purpose. They'll pick the popular ones and they'll go like one letter off.
Oh yeah,
and then you're screwed.
Don't make a typo. Don't make a typo. Yeah, Dick's. What a terrible idea. And now I gotta call it Richards. Can you,
Rick? Now I want to go back to that same conversation we had last week when we were shortening the names, and then because they're in the 1400s and super bored. You're Richard, Rick. No, now you're gonna be Dick. Right. William, Bill. That's stupid.
Yeah, I just wonder, was it Richard that created Dick's Sporting Goods? And did it come from the medieval or whatever time frame it was when they got bored and just said, Richard, Rick? No, call him Dick. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, his parents didn't name him that.
Well, and I'm assuming at that point there wasn't, a body part named after it yet. I think that probably came later.
Oh yeah,
that's probably a slang term.
Oh yeah.
So Richard probably didn't know what he was doing when he named his sporting goods store Dick.
They said, "Don't be a dick."
No. Yeah. Well, he thought he was doing something. He thought he had something.
Yeah.
You know the problem with that? You can't have nothing. You can't have nothing. The only problem only mistake you'll make is thinking you can.
Oh, I just thought about something. I'm going to bring it up.
And you can't have nothing.
It has to do with Pepe Le Pew and that cat he was chasing.
Rape culture? You talking about old rape? You talking about the old rape skunk?
Well, what would we call a cat 100 years ago? And he was chasing.
Oh gosh! Stop!
It's like the crows.
Stop! Stop!
Oh, they're just
Pepe Le Pew. You talking about the old rape skunk?
Rape.
There's
so many things I can
smelly
say.
Rape.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can't have nothing.
You talk about never mind. Golly, there's so many. The sex skunk. Oh, sorry. There's so many things out there I could keep. Pepe. Pepe Le Pew.
Well, anyway, I ain't gonna be watching no Captain America.
Anyways,
so what are they gonna have them together on the same movie? Are we gonna have?
I have no idea.
movies?
I'm trying to figure out what Connor. Have you been able to figure out what meet Aaron Fisher, the captain of the railways? Like, does this Captain America just patrol the railway?
That makes him sound sleazy already.
Oh, he sounds like he's a box car, like he's a train jumper. What it sounds like. He's out there protecting the degenerates. I mean, is that I don't. First of all, he looks like I could take him. Okay, now I can't take real Captain America. Captain America would whoop my tail, but this dude right here, I think I could take it.
You got a chance.
Oh, fighting chance. If I can get that shield out of him, I'm in good shape. But hey, Black Panther ain't giving him any of that vibranium. The shield's gonna be nothing but some aluminum.
Right?
It's just gonna be aluminum. We can probably get after that. So Black Panther ain't giving this guy nothing. He's gonna be like, you cannot come to vibranium. No vibranium, Black Panther. May he rest in peace. Pour one out for my homie. Boomer and the Beard will be right back.
Boomer and the Beard. Boomer and the Beard.
WVNN Athens, WVNN FM Trinity, a Cumulus station. It's 6 o'clock. News starts now.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. It's the first step in expanding the vaccination effort to the youngest. This morning, Moderna announcing a new vaccine trial for young children. Many parents are eager to have their kids get the shot. Dr. Stephen Plimpton, working on the trial in Phoenix, says his phone's ringing off the hook.
Even this morning when I got here, I've gotten, they're on the phones, hang up, another call, hang up, another call.
The trial will enroll more than 6,700 children in the U.S. and Canada from 6 months to 12 years old.
The first 750 kids is what's called an open label study. They're going to get the Moderna vaccine, the 2 shots, the same doses that all of us get. The study part of it is watching the kids afterwards, including blood tests for the kids.
Plimpton says the vaccine could be a great boon to getting kids back to school. Meanwhile, more adults getting vaccinated as more states drop restrictions. Mississippi, all adult residents now eligible for the COVID vaccine. That state the second behind Alaska to remove restrictions for the shot. Connecticut and Michigan planning to do the same on April 5th. President Biden traveling to Chester, Pennsylvania today to sell the benefits of his $1.9 trillion rescue package. Linda Oakley, a switchboard operator at a hospital nearby Philadelphia, got her stimulus check just days ago.
It gives you a sense of hope. And that's what I think a lot of people need right now.
2 men arrested in connection with the death of Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick. ABC Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas.
Federal prosecutors charging 32-year-old Julian Cater of Pennsylvania and 39-year-old George Tanios of West Virginia with assaulting Sicknick, accusing the men of using toxic chemicals, possibly bear spray, on Sicknick and other officers.
But authorities say they have yet to establish a cause of death and then determine if it was a homicide. FEMA is moving to help house the wave of unaccompanied minors coming across the border and placed in overcrowded facilities. A temporary center is opening in Midlands, Texas. You're listening to ABC News.
Have you ever thought you'd like to buy and sell houses but didn't know how or where to get the money? My name is Ron LeGrand, and over 39 years I've bought over 3,000 houses without using my money or credit and taught thousands to do the same. Today, even in a COVID environment, we buy nice houses in nice neighborhoods using no banks, realtors, contractors, license, or other costly entanglements, and build big cash flow and huge wealth without the hassle of tenants, and all without using credit or little or no money. Text radio to 620-622-5500, and I'll send you my free training and show you how it's done. I promise it'll open the door to a new lifestyle that doesn't involve risk or rehabs and can quickly replace your current income. That's radio to 620-622-5500, and let me show you how to take your life back and build cash flow and wealth from your home. Text radio to 620-622-5500. That's radio to 620-622-5500.
Remember being in your favorite sport clips, getting set for that great MVP haircut experience? Yeah, how about if we made that wait even shorter? Now, with Sport Clips On Deck text alerts, when you check in online or with our app, we'll text you a 15-minute heads up when it's time to head in. And when you're the next man up, you'll get another text to come take your seat. Less wait time, more prime time. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. Depend on it. You're listening to Boomer and the Beard, the pulse of Americana, with your beautiful bearded host, Zach Walker, Alabama's best no-holds-barred, constitutionally conservative, Christ-centered talk radio. If that don't fire you up, then your wood's wet. Now, it's time for your bearded host, Zach Walker.
Come on! I got me a sweet loving woman, and she knows just how to treat me right. Come on, cause my baby, she's alright. Everybody sing it. My baby, she's clean out of sight. Don't you know that she is some kind of wonderful? Yeah. Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard, where we sometimes have a sing-along. Marshall, we got to talk, buddy. Where were you?
I've been right here.
No, you've been absent for this. I mean, I didn't hear. I needed at least look. If you're gonna act like you don't know us, at least throw in an air guitar or something.
You hum along.
Yeah, hum along. Hit an air guitar. Play the air keytar even. I don't care, but play something.
Even air finger drums.
I don't care what you do. Join the band, by God. Will you get? I mean, what are you ashamed?
Never.
I'll just give him a cowbell. He'll be good.
Yeah, more cowbell.
Yeah, give me the cowbell.
Well, folks, this segment brought to you by Purcell Lumber and Millwork, your karaoke headquarters. No, I'm kidding. Where we shop for all things home improvement, home repair, DeWalt tools, Benjamin Moore paints. You name it, they've got it. Give Purcell Lumber and Millwork a call. They are North Clinton Street in Athens, 256-232-6320. We've got a story out here that we've got to talk about. I was going to try to talk about my son and try to get a little, positive and all that. And then I saw Don Lemon's name. And every time I see his name, the stupid alarm goes off in my head. You know that that buzzer up there says, I bet that's something stupid. Mm-hmm. Sure enough, He's over here trying to quote Jesus.
What?
Don Lemon's trying to quote Jesus.
Let's hear it.
He said, hold on, let me back up. Let me get back here to the top here. Lemon, so basically he has a story about, or he was on The View. Co-host Meghan McCain quoted a comment from the Vatican saying that the church could not bless same-sex unions because, quote, God cannot bless sin, and asked Lemon, who is openly gay, to respond. He says, well, I think I respect people's right to believe in whatever they want to believe in their God. But if you believe something that hurts another person or does not give someone the same rights or freedoms, not necessarily under the Constitution, because this is under God, that's an important note. We'll come back to that. He continued, I think that this is wrong, and I think the Catholic Church and many other churches really need to re-examine themselves and their teachings, because that is not what God is about. God is not about hindering people or even judging people. Hold on. We're going to have our minute in the sun in a minute. Hold on a minute. Lemon went on to put the order in the context of race by quoting Dr. Martin Luther King, who decried segregation in churches. So I think that religion and the pew keeps us from they are barriers from people actually getting to know one another. So I would say to the Pope and the Vatican and all Christians or Catholics or whomever, whatever religion you believe, you have to belong to go out, meet people, try to understand people, and do what the Bible and what Jesus actually says. If you believe in Jesus and what is to love your fellow man and judge not, lest ye be judged. Okay, now let's jump over here to God's word for a moment. 2 Corinthians, we all must appear before the judgment seat of Christ. 1 Peter, for it is time for the judgment to begin at the household of God. Revelation, then I saw a great white throne, him who's seated on it. Let's see. One was the book of life, one was the book of death, and the dead were judged by what was written in the books. John, whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe is condemned already. Let's see. Hebrews, just as it is appointed for man to die once, and after that comes judgment. So let's be very clear. You will be judged.
Yes.
The sum of your life will without question be judged. we as Christians, we're actually taught to judge, believe it or not. Now we're supposed to do so in love, right? Like we're supposed to, and when we say that, we like the type of judgment that we're supposed to have as Christians is amongst ourselves and one another's, looking at our brothers and saying, it's called the Bible talks about it as judgment. We call it accountability, right? But the Bible and Jesus are not. They're not something we can re-examine and change our policies like Don's asking for. Don said, hey, church, why don't you get on over there, re-examine your – if your beliefs take away my right to be gay, then you need to change that. Well, Don, unfortunately, we can't change the providence of God's word.
Yeah, and when the Bible says, judge not lest you be judged, I mean, in that little sense right there – that's what that is saying is we're not supposed to judge in the sense of you're going to hell or you're going to heaven or something like that. Don't judge each other's souls, but we can hold each other accountable in our daily actions. But back to Don Lemon, I'm pretty sure I've seen before where he is an atheist. And, if you don't believe in God or a creator, just don't be talking about he's sitting there saying, oh, well, I believe the Bible says this and I believe Jesus meant that. And well, if you're believing in what they're saying, are you really an atheist? I mean, does he really?
Yeah.
How can you, if you're saying that you don't believe in God, well, don't speak on God.
So you were talking about judge not lest you be judged. That's from Matthew 7, verse 1-3. Do not judge so that you will not be judged. This is New American Standard. For in the way you judge, you will be judged, and by your standard of measure, it will be measured unto you. Why do you look at the speck that is in your brother's eye, but not notice the log in your own? And so the whole, I could take any verse out of context, make it say what I want it to say. But in context, the verse that Don, oh sweet baby Don, he's talking about a verse. See, I'm getting all worked up. I can't even. I got the stutter going. I can't even talk. Don's got me worked up. An openly gay atheist talking about Jesus has got me fired up.
Saying he believes that they meant that. And
the openly gay atheist is telling us we need to evaluate our God
and what he believes.
Yeah.
Well, if you believe, bro, then you believe.
I tell you what, Don, we'll change the Bible on your account. Our bad. Are you kidding me? You're an idiot. Shut up. I can't stand this guy.
Maybe he should call the new Captain America. They'd probably be friends.
Hey, guard him in the subways.
Yeah. I'm just, I mean,
they might end up there at the camp. Camp Boomerang.
But yeah, I mean,
stick what you know.
They should have given Captain America a boomerang instead of a shield.
There you go.
If gay Captain America had a boomerang, that would be that'd be ironic. Anyways, what old Don's talking about here in this verse is talking about peer to peer. When we look at someone and we're holier than thou, and we act like we ain't got nothing going on in our life, and we gonna judge your life, like, oh well, that guy over there is he didn't go to church on Sunday. You sitting there looking at porn the whole time, cheating on your wife.
Yeah.
And you over looking at that man saying, well, he didn't go to church. He went to a travel ball tournament. He must be going to hell.
Yeah.
While you're sitting over watching porn. You're watching the Grammys,
Yeah.
So
which I have a big problem with that.
There? That was good.
I have a big problem with that. I have a big problem with people that think that I'm just going to voice my opinion here. People that
I know
think
where this is going.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Gathering.
You want to put some money on it?
No, go ahead. It's a good thing. I'm with you.
Think that you have to darken the doors of a church to believe in Jesus or believe in. I say believe in what you want to believe in, and that's between you and whoever you believe in, and that's that.
Well, there's one way to the Father, and that's through the Son. And so
you
can believe in whatever you want to believe, but there is only one God, and there's only one path to I mean, if you believe in God, the only way to the Father is through the Son. Period. There's no other way to the Father.
I'm not arguing with you.
No, I know.
What Marshall's saying is just that you don't have to go to church to go to heaven, and but it's nice to gather.
Well, we're commanded to gather,
and we shouldn't. But going back to the judge, I mean, we can pick on each other for things we do here, but we should never just sit there and judge somebody else's soul. But
worry about your own soul. Don't be.
Yeah.
Well, look, Don's got plenty to worry about.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wants to talk about God, he's got plenty he needs to work on, as we all do. Yep. But to sit here and be like, man, y'all, y'all need to reevaluate your God.
I
think we're good.
How
Thanks,
about you
Don.
need to
Well, going back to the gathering thing, though, I think that's motivation also. You know, and we kind of go in and out of we want to just stick to ourselves, and then we want to go gather. And I know that's how I am sometimes, but it is motivating to go sit in church and sing.
And Paul writes about it quite frequently. I mean, we are commanded to a body, right? I mean, to serve as part of a body. Now, does that mean that if you don't go to church because you got a tournament or you going like it? I was raised in such a way that to miss church was like the greatest sin in the world, and ultimately the gathering with the body is something that we're to do, to be encouraged, to be surrounded, to be a part of a community, and to partake in communion. And there are reasons that we are supposed to gather with the body, but gathering with the body is not going to send you to heaven, or by not doing so send you to hell, right? And so ultimately, listen, anytime you hear an openly gay atheist telling you about Jesus, just go ahead and hard pass. Pass. Move on past it. Just let it go, because there's nothing there for you. There's nothing true. There's nothing real. There's nothing righteous. There's nothing about it that's worth even giving the time of day. Don, you can shut up now. Boomer and the Beard will be right back.
Boomer and the Beard.
Bye, hon. Running late. Love you.
Hey, hon, you forgot your coffee.
For the days you need it most. Don't worry. Perk up and percolate with us.
Put some love in your day with Just Love Coffee Cafe in Huntsville. From our award-winning specialty coffee to our unique and quirky menu, our customers at Just Love Coffee have found us to be a great spot for the highest quality coffee, breakfast, brunch, lunch, or dinner. You'll want to try our delicious waffles, wraps, sandwiches, and more. At Just Love Coffee, we're the place to go when you're by yourself, but don't want to be alone. We're the place to go when you want to catch up with friends. We're the start and end point of your morning run. Stop by the Just Love Coffee Cafe today on Memorial Parkway Southwest in Huntsville, and friend us on social media at Just Love Huntsville, and brewing soon at Just Love Madison on Hughes Road across from Madison City Hall. Just Love Coffee. Eat, drink, love.
Steve? Oh, sorry. I have sleep apnea and my machine isn't set up.
It's the third time this week you've napped at your desk. I use AeroCare and was set up the very next day.
I've been waiting a week for someone to call.
AeroCare's amazing, and now I sleep like a baby, just not at work.
AeroCare specializes in all respiratory equipment. If you have sleep apnea or in need of oxygen, let AeroCare set you up. Call 256-469-3900. Let us help you breathe a little easier.
Are you tired? You suffer from chronic fatigue, neuropathy, or joint pain? Call Madison Integrative Medicine. Our amazing staff will provide an individualized patient experience focused on your overall health to treat the cause, not just the problem. Utilizing both traditional and natural medicine. Don't let the symptoms become overwhelming. Treat them preventatively with Madison Integrative Medicine on Slaughter Road in Madison. Call 256-325-0955. That's 325-0955.
Stay informed and entertained all day long. Only on WVNN.
This is Dale Jackson, and you're listening to Boomer and the Beard. Will somebody tell Zach Walker he only has the second best beard on WVNN?
This town ain't small, just a little of both, they say. Our ball club may be minor league, but at least it's AAA. Come on! Sit below the Marlboro Man, above the right field wall. I like my hot dog with
mustard and relish.
Yeah. Come on. Hey, a blind man could have made that call. This segment brought to you by Chick-fil-A of Decatur. They are hiring, folks. Chick-fil-A Decatur is hiring at 2 locations.
Highway 31 North and
South.
Beltline.
31 South.
31 South.
It's just on 31 in the Beltline. Talk to Mackenzie. Let her know the Beard sent you, folks. I worked there, and I mean, look how I turned out. So definitely a great environment to work in. They pay well. They take good care of you. It's a Christian environment. It's good people. It's good food. It's good jobs. Good money, and you ought to do it. So give them a call. Talk to Mackenzie. Tell her the Beard sent you. That's Chick-fil-A in Decatur. 2 locations to serve you well. Beltway, Beltline, and 31 South. So as we came back to a little bit of my favorite song here, come on. The song's called The Cheap Seats by the one, the only Alabama, one of the greatest bands of all times. And this leads me to tell you about young Zayden. So Zayden, here's...
This is Zayden. And
that's Zayden. That's my son. He is 5, just turned 5. And many of you know I played baseball my whole life. I played all the way through college. I've coached at a very high level, and I stopped coaching a few years back because I'd been raising everybody else's kids. I'll see the number 4 hole hitter at Tennessee and the one of the second basemen over at Vandy. And I mean, I've been lucky to coach at a very high level. I love coaching baseball. It's one of my favorite things to do. I miss it more than anything. But I stopped coaching because I wanted to spend more time with my son, and I've been patiently waiting the day that my son would begin his baseball career. Now, I've been very, 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 very specific about not pushing my son. Like, I don't make him practice. He has to come to me and say, "Daddy, I want to practice baseball," because I don't want to force it on him, right? Like, I want him out. Yeah, I want him to love it. And my sister asked me, "What if he doesn't love baseball?" Great. He's going to love something.
Next.
He's going to find a passion about something, and we're going to be darn good at whatever it is. We're going to pour my hope for my son. I would love for him to play baseball because I know more about baseball than any sport in the world. But if it's not baseball, I just want him to find a passion for something the way that I had a passion for baseball. And so that being said, kind of throw that picture up of my son. We are beginning our look at him. Look at him right there. Can you zoom out on that a little bit there? And I know I probably didn't send you the right aspect ratio, but he's got on his pants and his cleats. And I spent a little more money. I want it. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. He ready to go, man. Look at the face. He's like, that's my baseball face, he said. And we went outside and we practiced. So he starts on Saturday, so I'm super pumped about that.
That's cool, man. I'm happy for y'all.
Hey, he can hit the poop out of a ball, too. Son of a gun can throw it, too.
Yeah, there you
go. We ready. 866-494-9866. We got Junior on line 1. Let's check in with Junior. Junior, what you got for us?
Hey guys. I like you guys, and y'all are really good guys. And I was just wondering, is it some time where y'all can talk a little bit more about the events that are going on, the true conservative events that we really be focusing on, like getting the Senate back, getting the House back, like talking about some serious things, like the off the wall stuff. I mean, people need you guys. Can y'all focus on a little bit more of what's going on instead of the off the wall stuff?
Let me address that.
Shut up and listen.
Yeah, let me address that. So, Junior, I hear what you're saying 110%. And if you've been with us from the very beginning, you'll know that when we started this, I had a podcast going on called Hometown Heartbeat, and we ended up on the radio, and it's evolved from then. And early on in the radio, I was all politics. And I'm not that guy. I don't like it. It messes with me. I take it home. It stays with me all day. If you spend all day trapped up in the what's going on, it's a depressing world. And so where we've landed on this, Junior, is we will absolutely cover the events of the day and what's going on, but we're not your political show. That's not who we are. We want to be an entertaining show. We want to entertain you. We want you to laugh. We certainly are happy to address. Look, it is important to get the House and the Senate back. But on this radio station, from the time we go off to the time we come back on tomorrow morning, there's going to be 22 hours of talking about that. And so for these 2 hours a day, it's a time to come and laugh and relax and enjoy and yeah, we cover it some days. Some days we do politics all day long, and some days we talk about stuff that doesn't matter at all but is really funny. And so I appreciate your encouragement, and I hear your feedback. I certainly do. And we try to strike a balance between politics and everything else, because quite frankly, there's so much politics in the world right now. And I'd be curious what everybody else thinks. 866-494-9866. More politics or less? I mean, what do you want from us?
Let's hear about it.
Doesn't mean we'll change it, but
right, especially on this channel. I mean, it's politics all day long. But for me personally, after this last election, I'm just burnt out. I mean, I'm burnt out Rush Limbaugh died. I think what the world needs is a little bit of positivity and maybe a change of subject. And as far as taking back the House and Senate, really there ain't nothing to talk about until we get these elections laws situated, because if they're going to keep pushing what they're pushing right now, then Republicans are never going to win because they're too weak. And the Democrats already has a head start on all this. And so if we're going to continue with this mail-in voting and all
if they
this
can
other
steal
stuff,
every election they were in,
right,
I mean, it ain't going to matter.
Right. The Democrats are savages, and the Republicans are too nice. And so
if you've been listening to this show for any period of time, you'll remember as soon as the election got contested, Connor remember this because you guys weren't yet with us, immediately my response was, Republicans do not have the stomach for the fight that's coming.
Yep.
They don't have it. And unfortunately, we've got too much Bush in us where we're nice and we're presidential and we're gonna, and that's why that's why he was so hated, because he wasn't presidential. He said
absolutely,
and it's why he didn't get voted back in, because he was a freaking bully, and suburban housewives everywhere said, I can't point to this man as an example for my child. Right. And so he made a mistake there.
Or maybe he was trying to fight them with the same fire that they fight us with.
Yeah, and I think
everybody's like, oh, you're.
I think it was too extreme. And I think if he would have just played it a little bit differently, he would be the president right now. Now, that being said, who knows? I mean, Dominion probably had something else to say about that.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, that mail-in voting, they was ahead of that game.
Oh man, they played this.
The
they played this pandemic like I mean, they had the ace of spades, and they ran the house.
They knew what they was going to do all along.
Hey, they went blind. They went blind nil. They went blind nil, and they went 10 for 2, man. And if you're a spades player, you know what I'm talking about. But do people play spades anymore? That's such a great game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I do play cards,
that's what we're gonna play back, huh?
But yeah, I mean, but going back to that House and Senate, I mean, there's really only so much you can say about that. And then it's just got to –
and then it's the same thing every day.
We're not the ones fighting. We can talk about it. But, yeah, you're right. We'd talk about the same thing over and over and over and over. But until they start talking fixing this election, no more mail-in voting, and I want to hear about some term limits, I ain't really got much to say.
No, yeah. and so Junior, I understand what you're saying, and what you're trying to say is that we're, conservative voices are necessary and are needed right now. But everyone that listens to this show is a conservative. I mean, we ain't got many liberals listening to this show. I promise you that. And so, we're going to tell you about Jesus. We're going to tell you about things that really matter. Because let me tell you something. I don't care who the president is. We're all going to fall on our face before a holy God. And ain't a president one going, hey, you think my grandma is concerned about who the president is?
Negative.
No, right now she's been made completely new and whole, and her body doesn't hurt anymore, and she's with her husband, and she's up there probably playing they bowling in heaven, and so ultimately, I hear you, Junior, and we will cover political things when if it was an election cycle. I mean, we did. Connor, what would you say we were 65-70% politics during the election cycle?
Yeah, probably in the peak of it.
Yeah, and so when those things come up and we're in the thick of the fight, then we're certainly going to be right there in the trenches with everybody else, putting out the word. But right now, I mean, the only thing I want to talk about is Joe Biden's latest gaffe. You know what I'm saying?
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. You're trying your best, but it never feels like enough.
I mean,
corn pop.
That's really. I want to entertain you. I'd rather have you laugh, and you're going to laugh with us. You're going to cry with us. We're going to have a good time. But I hear what you're saying. I'd be curious. 866-494-9866. If we got more people out there saying, "Man, I wish y'all'd shut up talking about funny stuff. Stop making me laugh. Talk about politics."
I want to be mad and angry.
I want to be pissed off all the time.
Well, Trump did put out a very long statement over the weekend about the Washington Post, retracting that whole deal, and then when you read that and see the facts on that Georgia official guy who was on the phone with him, they recorded that, which they shouldn't have. Then they went and twisted his words to make it sound like something else. I mean, okay, conservatism and Republicans and stuff, but we have our own people, these Georgia Republicans that did that to our president.
You know why Republicans are scared of Tiger? I almost said Tiger Woods.
Oh, did
you know why Republicans are scared of Tiger Woods? No, I'm kidding. You know why Republicans are scared of Trump? Because, I mean, he wasn't a Republican. Like he wasn't a Republican. People get all chewed up on the term Republican. He was a conservative. Well, he was actually
he was just Trump.
He was more. If they would have recognized who they had in the office, dude, they could have got a lot done with him.
Yeah.
He was willing to cross the aisle.
Especially the first 2 years was absolutely. When Paul Ryan was in there, they didn't do because they all believed that Russia deal. And they got nothing.
They didn't believe that.
We had the House, we had the Senate, we had the presidency. Nothing got done.
Nothing.
And so it's almost like I think about that whenever somebody says, "Oh, why don't y'all?" I'm almost sick of the Republican Party.
No, I'm not almost.
I mean,
I am.
Yeah.
I'm
fed up with
party
everybody.
politics and that you talk about the rhinos. You talking about old rhinos?
That's my term limits and election laws. That's all I want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get some election law changed and we can actually have free and fair elections in this country, we might have some to talk about.
But you still have more and more states are going further and further. Now you got a couple states now. It's nothing but mail-in voting and these drop boxes and stuff.
And Junior, I don't know if this was just a coincidence, but I was talking about my son when you called in and said you want to change the topic. You don't like my boy? Junior don't like Zayden.
Junior, he needs more politics.
But here's what I like about Junior. Junior didn't get behind no keyboard.
No,
he called in. He called in and said, "Hey, I'm Junior. Here's my name.
Yep.
Here's what I want to hear."
I got respect for Junior.
Oh, no, you know what? I bet Junior's been punched in the mouth before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know he has.
Oh, he's a good man.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like Corn Pop.
Yep.
He's a bad dude.
Bad
He's a bad dude. Oh, Corn Pop Junior, bad dude.
Better get our chains when we
No,
go to
but
the car.
seriously, I appreciate the call, Junior, and we will certainly take into account, what you guys want to hear. But ultimately, our goal is to entertain you, make you laugh, make you have a good start to your morning. Boomer and the Beard will be right back.
Boomer and the Beard. This is News Talk 770 AM, 92.5 FM, WVNN. News starts now.
Moderna announcing it will be testing its COVID vaccine on children as young as 6 months. Dr. Stephen Plimpton is working on the trial in Phoenix and says parents are flooding his phone.
Even people that don't live here. We've had calls from Georgia. We've had calls from Tucson. They want to drive up and get their kids vaccinated.
Moderna is the first U.S. vaccine maker to test on children under 12. Now to children at the southern border, the number of unaccompanied minors crossing and being detained rising every day. A convention center in Dallas will now be turned into temporary housing. Also in Texas, a clearer picture of just how deadly last month's cold snap and power failure were. Preliminary data showing at least 57 people died as a result of the storm, a majority from hypothermia. President Biden travels to Chester, Pennsylvania today, part of his Help Is Here push, selling his $1.9 trillion relief package. 2 Capitol rioters have been arrested for assault, charged with spraying a chemical at Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick, who later died. Dave Packer, ABC News.
As you know, our friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of their life. He didn't stop at the MyPillow. Let me tell you something. I just got my Giza Dream bed sheets, and they are unbelievable. Mike found this cotton called Giza cotton. It's incredibly soft, super breathable, extremely durable, 60-day money back. That same money back guarantee, that same 10-year warranty that you have on that MyPillow you love so much. The first night you sleep on the Giza sheets, you will never want anything else. Let me tell you something. My son, he's 4. He knows the difference. He knows the difference. He said, "Daddy, where are those soft sheets that Mr. Mikey sent me?" I said, "Don't worry, kid, I got you." Pulled them out of the dryer, put them on there. Listen, you right now have a special offer. You will receive 2 for 1 low price and free shipping on the Giza Dream Sheets if you call 1-800-889-7318 or go to mypillow.com/radio specials. Use the promo code BEARD. Again, mypillow.com, radio specials, promo code BEARD.
So, what do you want to eat?
I want something fastastic.
Fastastic?
Yes, fast yet fantastic.
Sounds spiff-delicious.
Well, then let's go.
Eat more chicken with Chick-fil-A in Decatur. They have the tastes that you can't get anywhere else, from fantastic snacks and sides to the often intimidated but never duplicated original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. Delicious and juicy, boneless breast of chicken sandwich with its signature pickle slices. Now that's how a chicken sandwich should be. Always freshly prepared and backed up by award-winning My Pleasure customer service. Chick-fil-A believes in providing guests with great tasting food in a comfortable environment, making it the best restaurant experience you will get. Download the Chick-fil-A app today. Bypass the line and enjoy your Chick-fil-A even faster. 2 great Chick-fil-A locations in Decatur, ready to serve you. Stop by today on Highway 31 South and on the Beltline in Decatur.
Well, a new study is out about another man-made crisis. This time the threat is mass extinction. Yeah, a handful of scientists say that humans have damaged the Earth's ecosystem so horribly that we are headed for the biggest mass extinction since the dinosaurs were wiped out 66 million years ago. These scientists claim 2 species vanish every year, over 200 in the last century. Of the 177 species of mammals, 40% have experienced a serious drop in population. Now, co-author of the study is the disgraced Stanford professor Paul Ehrlich. He says the asteroid that hit Earth, wiping out the dinosaurs, was not making a choice. But the coming mass extinction is the result of human choice, overpopulation, overconsumption by the rich. Ehrlich complains that wildlife habitats have been plowed under and paved, replaced by buildings and strip malls. Of course, Amazon's going to fix that. Of course, this crisis comes with a deadline. The study gives us only 2 or 3 decades to straighten the problem out, or else we're done. Mass extinction will be so far gone, we won't be able to recover. Let me turn back the hands of time. 1968. That's when a young scientist named Paul Ehrlich wrote The Population Bomb. He predicted the population would double and the Earth would not have the resources to sustain it. So we wiped out 20 years ago by starvation. Except there's more of us here than ever. Population's doubled. Ehrlich is full of it.
Mahindra is the official tractor of Tough. And if you ask Mahindra owners, they'll tell you we're also the official tractor of working through a long, hard winter, and the official tractor of getting your land ready for spring. And right now, Mahindra is the official tractor of spring savings. Save thousands or get 0% interest on tough new Mahindra tractors during the Mahindra Spring Sales event. Your Mahindra dealer has spring savings on subcompact tractors all the way up to utility tractors. Stop by, or you'll officially be missing great deals on Mahindra. Learn more at whymahindra.com. On select models for a limited time only, go to whymahindra.com for more information.
Take advantage of rock-bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today at Oakley Enterprises in Florence or visit oakley.equipment.com.
Where Alabama talks. WVNN. Depend on it.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
When you just talk about practice, we sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Practice? We talking about practice? I'm the franchise player. Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. So thankful you've joined us here this morning, like you do each and every morning. Boomerandbeard.com. Boomer and Beard, spell out the word and. Make sure you've subscribed to the podcast. That is our focus right now. Do me that solid and go to Boomer and Beard. Click on podcast at the top. Click on subscribe. You can get it anywhere where you listen to podcasts, whether it's Podbean, Spotify, Apple Store, you name it, we got it. We are thankful to be brought to you by MyPillow. Mike Lindell, a great American patriot, and he's a heck of a patriot, and they need our help. They're being canceled by every retail store known to man, and so we have to circle up the wagons and support our fellow compatriots, our fellow, or as you know, Commandante. Comrade. That's what I'm looking for. Golly, Commandante. What is that? Anyways, that's like from that's like the Tale of Two Princesses or something, whatever it's called. Tale of Two Cities is what I'm looking for there. Anyways, get on mypillow.com/radio specials. Use promo code BEARD at checkout. Mypillow.com. Make sure you click on the radio specials icon. Use promo code BEARD at checkout. Buy one, get one free Giza sheets. You can get the MyPillow with that patented interlocking fill to make sure that it adjusts to your body's sleep needs. But make sure you do that and support MyPillow.
Commandant. and comrade. You was putting them together.
No, Commandante is a thing.
Commandante?
Well, I think so. It's Spanish for comma.
Connor.
No.
We have some bad weather coming this way, and we've got our favorite weatherman Harrison on line 2. He is an amateur, aspiring young weatherman, and he calls in from time to time to let us know what's going on. Harrison, what kind of weather are we looking at this week, buddy? It looks like it's going to be a bit unstable.
Yeah, so today actually we have a marginal and lower end of risk of severe weather today. Not anything tornadic per se. I mean, a lot of people woke up early this morning to crazy lightning and thunder. That wasn't necessarily severe, but it definitely was probably the start of what's going to be a 2-day long severe weather threat. The big day is tomorrow. The National Weather Service has put us under a moderate risk. That's 4 out of 5 on their system. Moderate risks are very rare. The last time we got them got one was actually last year on April 12th. That was the Easter Sunday tornado outbreak. And it looks like this one could be as bad, if not a little worse. So it's fun. Wow, I'm in my truck right now. It's like starting to downpour rain, but that's just great timing. But anyways, so I guess, my rundown of it, tomorrow it's going to be literally all day. We have a round 1 at 5 a.m. and that's with the warm front kind of lifting to the north. And then there might be a little period of time in the afternoon where the sun comes out. And
if that happens, we're in trouble.
That gets the atmosphere. Yeah, the atmosphere gets cooking and it becomes a very unstable environment. And supercells can form, which that is the worst case scenario, and we're thinking that there's a chance, where we could have strong, violent, long track tornadoes in the afternoon tomorrow, lasting until late in the evening.
Thank you, Harrison, for the phone call and for the information. We always enjoy when young Harrison joins us. You know what? I love that. Thank you for the call. I love. I
enjoyed that.
That's like Connor 2.0.
Yeah.
We got 2 of them. Hey, not just one, but we got 2.
We need Harrison more often.
Yeah, well, we get Harrison anytime we have some. We've had pretty quiet weather. We should have got Harrison over the snow, snow outbreak when we had to sleep over up here. But anyways, look, we live in Alabama. Tornado season is real. I have a shelter at my home. We had one installed after a tornado, actually. I was like, well, I'm not going to play this game anymore. So we got one put in. Look, here's the deal. Tornadoes are nothing to joke about. They're nothing to toy with. I mean, if you've lived here long enough, you've seen what they'll do. Get a weather radio. Okay, get your phones charged up. Make sure there's fuel in your vehicles. I mean, I probably prep a little more than I ought to, but at the same time, I'd rather not need it and have it than need it and not have it. And so just get a weather radio. Make sure you have a way to hear the radio if the power goes out, because ultimately that's going to happen. And just don't take any chances. Find the most inner room of your house that's not exposed to the exterior wall if you don't have a shelter. If you do have a shelter, make sure you got a little water in there. I've got a pair of earmuffs, shooting earmuffs for my son, because if there's a tornado, that everybody talks about that train noise. Like, I don't want him to hear that and just freak out. So he's got we've got everything we need in there, that if it blows my house over, we can open the shelter, and I've got the chainsaw in there with me so that if there's trees or debris laid over, I cut my way out. I mean, I'm pretty prepared for it. Now, when I bought my shelter, they said on average you'll spend 45 minutes a year in your shelter in this area. If you think about it, that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
And again, the likelihood that we'll actually get hit by a tornado is it's better than winning the lottery, but not by much, right? I mean, but the reality is you never know.
And around here, that path has been so predictable and consistent. I mean,
well, within 5 miles in any direction,
it's going that same. Like we was living in Harvest when the tornadoes went through in '95, and then my dad was still there in 2011, and our house got hit both times, and the same subdivisions, the same line coming through Lawrence County, west of Decatur, through Athens. I mean, you want to be proactive.
And again, tornadoes are nothing to joke around with. My wife, she's from Louisiana, so she's not used to the tornadoes. And every time it starts thundering, she's like, "Is that a tornado? Is that a tornado?" I'm like, "No, baby, that's just a thunderstorm." She's like, "Well, it looks weird outside." I'm like, "Well, that's because it's raining."
But anyways, it was funny story actually. Right after we got our shelter, I was coaching a baseball game in Priceville, and as I was coming back home, I'll just say Browns Ferry because that won't give me away. But I live on a specific road that, as we're coming down the road, it says rotation forming on Browns Ferry, and I'm like pulling up to Browns Ferry, and I'm like, oh. So I turn into my driveway, and I walk into my house, and I'm like, hello, babe. Did the rapture come? Like what?
Yeah.
And I hear from. We're out here.
Down here.
They were in the shelter, bro.
Oh yeah. Hey, use it.
That's what I told her. That's what I told her. I said, this is why I bought it for. Like I want her to feel comfortable. So anyways, just be weather aware. Like the weather is, every year people act like we get tornadoes in Alabama. Like, yes, we are right here in the middle of it. So
big time.
Make sure that you guys you have a way to hear the weather tomorrow. Make sure you have a way you have your weather radio on so you can get I've got alerts on my phone that'll wake me up in the middle of the night. Just make sure you have access to that information. Don't be foolish. And by the way, lightning will mess you up too. So just stay weather aware. Hopefully it will pass with no incident, but odds are it's going to get a little hurry.
We'll be all right.
Boomer and the Beard will be right back.
Boomer and the Beard.
You don't need a diet. That's work. You don't need a stylist. They're overrated. And you don't need to hang out with older or fatter people just to seem better in comparison either. All you need are these masters of video production. They'll make you look good.
Make your videos look good with Cotton Row Productions, the official live stream provider of Hometown Heartbeat and The Dale Jackson Show. We can handle events, church live streams, and your digital advertising. Call Cotton Row Productions today, 256-289-7355. That's 289-7355.
Bye, hun. Running late. Love you.
Hey, hon, you forgot your coffee.
For the days you need it most. Don't worry. Perk up and percolate with us.
Put some love in your day with Just Love Coffee Cafe in Huntsville. From our award-winning specialty coffee to our unique and quirky menu, our customers at Just Love Coffee have found us to be a great spot for the highest quality coffee, breakfast, brunch, lunch, or dinner. You'll want to try our delicious waffles, wraps, sandwiches, and more. At Just Love Coffee, we're the place to go when you're by yourself but don't want to be alone. We're the place to go when you want to catch up with friends. We're the start and end point of your morning run. Stop by the Just Love Coffee Cafe today on Memorial Parkway Southwest in Huntsville and friend us on social media at Just Love Huntsville and brewing soon at Just Love Madison on Hughes Road across from Madison City Hall. Just Love Coffee. Eat, drink, love.
4.
Dan, where you been?
Well, it's hard to golf with bulky oxygen tanks, so I went to AeroCare and got a lightweight portable oxygen concentrator that I wear like a backpack.
Wow. Does insurance cover it?
They sure do. AeroCare called my insurance, and I had my machine the next day. I'm as free as a bird, or birdie.
AeroCare specializes in all respiratory equipment. If you have sleep apnea or are in need of oxygen, let AeroCare set you up. Call 256-469-3900. Let us help you breathe a little easier.
Where is your haircut gone? We know you don't get out as much. You don't drive by your regular Sport Clips and pop in for that MVP haircut experience that is so much more than a haircut. But isn't it worth getting out for? For that legendary hot steam towel for your face, massaging shampoo that makes you melt into your seat. Oh man, you remember that, right? We found your haircut. It's right where you left it. Sport Clips. It's good to be a guy.
It's your news now. WVNN. Depend on it.
This is Zayden, and you're listening to the Boomer and the Beard. And my dad's weird.
Yeah, he is. Come on. My baby's heavy dancing. Yeah, I think I'm dancing. That's when Michael Jackson was still black. Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. I am Zach Walker, your big, beautiful bearded host. I'm Michael Jackson, and I approve this message. I really enjoyed singing that song with my brothers and my dad until my dad beat me, and then I didn't like it. But I like boys and fentanyl, and it got me. Sorry, that's too far. Too much. Welcome back to Boomer and the Beard. This segment brought to you by Michael Jackson and the Boogie. So, no, I'm just kidding. We are so glad to be back. A couple days off to go and be with family after the loss of my grandmother, and so I appreciate all your kind words and your prayers, and continue to keep my dad and his sister and family in prayers as they prepare to lay her to rest. And so we just, again, it's been very kind and it's been very warm just hearing from all of you and all the love you've poured out on our family, and we felt it. It was felt and it was appreciated. So thank you so much for that. Today it is 12 minutes to the top of the hour in the Dale Jackson Show. This is our last segment on the Tuesday morning edition of Boomer and the Beard, and Joy Behart. Here we go, Joy. Sometimes, pretty much anything that comes out of The View, I just want to be like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of anything that I've ever seen on The View that added anything to life.
Yeah.
Like, has there ever been a segment you're like, you know what? That was a good segment.
They just spew hate.
It's probably the most racist show on TV.
And every time I think about The View, I'm like, there's people sitting at home with no jobs watching this every day.
On that Biden money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No jobs.
Got that stimmy.
Give me that stick. Give me the money, the money.
Let me go.
Joy Behar.
What's she talking about?
Co-host? I just put co-host. I put host and the coast. That's what we're going to start calling you, the coast.
Hey.
We from Alabama. We can't use but one word at a time. Co-host. If you put a hyphen in, it gets a little challenging. We're just going to call him the coast.
Isn't your last name Waters?
Yep.
Wow, Coastal Waters.
How
about that?
Coastal Waters. Big, beautiful, bearded coast.
That would be your stripper name. Now coming to the main stage of Chippendale's Athens, Coastal Waters. Because you could do the wave with your belly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Make a wave. Anyways, sorry. Thank you, Connor. Joy Behar, host of ABC's The View, claimed on Monday's show that Antifa is fictitious and doesn't even exist.
Oh. Okay. So
don't they have like a Twitter account and like?
Right. I mean,
they got clubhouses and stuff.
I mean, I just saw like a pep rally where Andy No snuck into one of their little in Portland. They're like, look, we're not going to be like. No, they was in Seattle, and they was like, we're not going to be like Portland. We can't. We got to. I mean, so how do you explain Portland and Seattle if there's no Antifa? And they're not going to blame it on Black Lives Matter. So what is? So it's fictional. That's how dumb people are.
Yeah, no,
that's how dumb people
here's
are.
The thing.
Somebody heard that and they believed it.
Yeah, and that's the dumb. The dumb's not Joy Behar, because Joy Behar knows she's lying. Like, she knows that that's not true. There's no doubt in my mind. Joy Behar knows without question that Antifa exists. For the record, does anyone here, Connor, do you believe that Antifa is real? Just curious.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right. Anybody? I mean, Slim Shady, you?
Yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah, okay. Coastal Waters?
That's 100 right there.
Yeah, that's 100. That's 100 in the coast. We're going to call him in the coast. In the coast.
Now I'm just imagining, like, because it's so stupid, somebody gave Joy Behar maybe like a couple $1,000. Look, just tell him it's fictitious.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, yeah, let me get that money.
She don't care because none of this affects her.
No, it's just she's that.
It's like Impractical Jokers.
Right.
Where like
Yeah.
they like work stuff into their conversations.
Yep. Yeah.
Like she's just like, and the sky's green. And then they just keep moving on. It's like, hold your breath, Joy. See, like, here's the thing. Like, the other host said, wait a minute. Like, so, not that Meghan McCain is by any stretch somebody I get down with, but she goes, Antifa does exist, though she agreed that Johnson's comment. So this all stemmed from Johnson's comments. Is anybody familiar with what Ron Johnson, his statement he made last week? Anybody? I thought they said Ron Jeremy. I was like, I didn't know he was a senator. Ron Johnson, he might be the president of a different club, but Ron Johnson, in which lawmakers suggested he never felt, quote, threatened during the Capitol riot on January 6th, would have been more concerned if the rioters were members of Black Lives Matter or Antifa. That's a racist comment. Here's what Joy said. If I was surrounded by people carrying weapons, people erecting nooses, first of all, can you erect a noose? You just tie a noose.
How stupid she is.
You tie. I mean, just hey,
for clarity.
Joy. You don't erect a noose. That's physically impossible. Now you can erect the thing to hold the noose, the noose stand, if you will. The news stand. See what I did there?
Yeah.
News stand.
Yeah. You could also just call it a garage door, and
pull down rope. There we go.
Yeah, that's also known as news.
I mean,
I don't know, man. I just saw this headline and I was like,
they're just mostly peaceful protesters.
like literally this weekend, the Portland courthouse was set on fire by Antifa.
Yeah. No, there's a bunch of Trump supporters doing that. That's how. But seriously, that is how dumb people are and has been, and people believe that. I think Joe Biden made a comment like that a couple months ago, or somebody that was just like, was it not Biden that said it's just an ideology or something like that?
No, that was the FBI director.
Okay, yeah, they're just not completely downplaying it. But the same people that's paying them is the same people that's paying these people to go destroy all these cities.
That one goes out to you, Junior. And then another one, shout out to Junior. We're going to have, let's see, Junior's Jam.
Yeah.
We're going to do Junior's Jam. We're going to have a couple segments for Junior. And just so you know, Junior, I do got mad love for you, man. For real. I appreciate the call. A Los Angeles County court authorized the city of Burbank to disconnect electricity powering a restaurant that refused to shut down in compliance with the pandemic restrictions. So wait a minute. Now wait a minute. You mean tell me the governor of California can run amok in whatever restaurant he wants, eating with whoever he wants, but he will literally cut the power to a business that doesn't comply. I guess if he wanted to eat there, what would he have done?
Cut it back on.
He goes to the French Laundry.
I'm sorry?
The French Laundry is what the little fancy one.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I want to eat with the French's Laundry. they don't shave their pits.
His recall hit the number.
Oh,
they had to get like 1.9 or something million signatures or something like that. They're over 2.
You know, French people don't shave their armpits, right?
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine what the laundry smells like over there?
Yep, I could tell you a funny story about the French. Anyway, I know this guy that used to live over in France, and because he married a French woman, and but now they live here. So he said that one day they went to the, they just had them big long loaves of bread. Well, he had it under his arm, was carrying it because he had some other stuff with it, and then they started making jokes about he's using it as deodorant. But anyway, they don't.
What
shave.
kind of story is that?
Yeah, that was a pretty bad story. Let's take it.
Hey, I was waiting on the punchline.
We were. Yeah, me too. We were trying to go for Junior over here, and we took a hard. We pulled a Bubba, and went hard left. NASCAR. So this restaurant. So here's the statement. This morning, due to Barfly Incorporated Tin Horn Flats continuing to remain open in defiance of the temporary restraining order issued on March 8th, 2021, the Los Angeles Superior Court authorized the city of Burbank to disconnect the electricity to Tin Horn Flats property after giving a 24-hour notice. The court did not provide permission to padlock the door at this time, so they bought a generator and stayed open. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, baby.
I mean, it is California.
That's a terrible name for a restaurant. Tin Horn Flats. I mean, we couldn't do better than that. But I mean, look, I got to give you. I mean, Tin Horn Flats. Really?
Where'd they come up with that?
That's terrible. They literally went to the dictionary and said, "Let's grab 3 completely random words that have absolutely no correlation to one another." Oh, tin. Great. Sounds good. Rhinoceros horn. Okay, we'll go with horn. Let's go bubble. No, flat. Okay. Like what? Terrible. Anyway, sorry, not the point of the story. And then here's the best part. Despite having no power, the restaurant has continued operations undeterred. The owner says, "We will continue to stay open and are currently using a generator as a power source. We are open. We will not comply."
There you go.
Wild, Wild West.
Wiki, wiki, wild, wild west.
Anyway, let's get this recall over and get Newsom out of there. But it's starting.
He said that the most they've ever had in their restaurant is 15 people.
I mean, poor guy.
The guy said, "I've got nothing left to lose. I'm opposing tyranny. I'm doing the COVID-19." So he's following all the protocols. He's making them sit 6 foot apart. He's operating at less capacity. He's making them wear masks. Look, they're doing more than old Gavin did when he went out to dinner. I know that.
Yep.
Because that son of a gun just did what he wants. He said, "I'm the ruling class." Watch this. Let me take my mask off. I'll get right up in your grill. I'll smell your breath.
Bunch of peasants.
Yeah, you stupid, backwoods, ignorant, redneck, no good, cousin-loving peasants.
Now this restaurant's running off of gas.
Oh, I still love that. Hey, man, let's make everybody drive electric cars. Great. What are you going to do to power the electric charger? Diesel generator. Oh, Okay, so you're going to burn fossil fuel to provide the power to the electric charger that charges the electrical vehicle? Correct.
Coal.
Makes total sense.
Yep.
Is California not the most
but could you,
backwards place on the like? Could it be we just sent the rover to Mars, and I wonder if it's stopped in California because it might as well be a different freaking planet.
But I just feel so sorry for the conservatives the patriots who are left
There are
in California,
very few left.
still trying to fight the good fight, and when most people are just bouncing.
Can I go ahead and tell you, if I was in California, I'd bounce.
I'd bounce.
Yeah,
He gone.
I'm out.
See you.
The weather is freaking nice in California.
That's the only thing they got going for them.
They
got
good
some
weather.
steaks, and they got some other stuff to try to kill you. Plus Gavin Newsom. So
I hate it for them.
I hate California.
Man, yeah,
There, I said it. There,
I
said
went
it.
one time.
You can take your Golden Gate Bridge and shove it.
Yep.
I can't do it. You causing droughts over a little tadpole.
Ain't that the truth?
I mean, we gonna make a drought
Right,
and then
let's-
say we got wildfire problems because we won't cut a
Right.
fire break.
Yeah, and let's not build
Don't touch
dam.
the trees.
We can't dam that
No,
up.
don't dam that up. We got a tadpole.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Flow on.
Hey,
out.
we don't need the water.
Uh-uh.
We're gonna do rolling blackouts. You remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger was talking about how you have to turn your power off at 7 o'clock? In that big press release, it was hilarious. Anyways, Boomer and the Beard, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We were happy to be back. It's been a few days. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Remember, boomerandbeard.com. Spell out the word and. Have a wonderful day.